From the patient files of Dr. Hugo Strange, director of Arkham Asylum. Patient Bruce Wayne, also known as the Batman. The patient suffers from delusions of grandeur, antisocial personality disorder, and obsessive behavior. Session 1. So, Mr. Wayne.
You're not getting away with this, Strange.
Just stop it, Mr. Wayne. The Batman is exposed. Your secret, a secret no more. Your company, no longer yours. Your mansion, seized, alongside with the cave underneath it. Your manservant and accomplice, Mr. Pennyworth, in prison. Perhaps you're thinking of your allies, They'll come to your rescue. Well, I'm afraid there is nothing Commissioner Gordon can do. This goes way above him. And the Justice League? Mr. Wayne, you are legally here. Anything they might do will be in violation of the law. Can you really picture the big blue Boy Scout breaking the law? Arranging a prison break? Hardly.
I've always been able to take care of myself.
It's over, Mr. Wayne. Accept it. Your game is over. This play is over.
It's never been a game, Strange.
Oh, really? Not a game, you say? Dressing up like a bat and playing cops and robbers is not a game, you say? Did you know that your old friend Roman Sionis knew your secret? He knew you were Batman. He refused to tell anyone, though, and he was quite distraught when I let him know I knew as well. He seemed to want the Batman to continue on. Isn't that strange? When he's your enemy.
I don't know what you want me to say. Roman was always disturbed.
Oh, Roman was disturbed, eh? When your secret was announced all over the news, do you know what happened to the Joker?
You tell me.
He went into a catatonic state. Became a vegetable, as they say. He still is. Won't talk, won't eat, won't even go to the bathroom. Soils himself. Why do you believe that is?
I don't know. The Joker is...
Disturbed? That's all you've got? That's your excuse for everything? They are disturbed? I'll tell you why the Joker became a vegetable. Because he couldn't face life without the Batman. Oh sure, you're still alive. You are, Mr. Wayne. But not Batman. Batman is dead. And I don't mean because your suit and toys have been confiscated. No, I mean in the Joker's eyes, Batman as a concept, a symbol, died once he was revealed to be nothing but a mere mortal man. The Joker was never interested in the man behind the mask. He was only interested in the mask itself. Roman Sionis was the same. He claimed that your face, the face of Bruce Wayne, was a facade, and your mask was your real face.
What's your point?
It's all about the Batman. All of it. Harvey Dent. Sure, he would have suffered from DID with or without you. That was his father's doing, and you didn't scar his face. But would he really have dressed up in a two-tone suit and shot places up with twin pistols, if not for you? And Edward Nygma, oh sure, he refuses to admit you inspired him, but we all know that without the Batman, he would have found some other way to seek the attention he so craves. Would he have been a healthy individual? Probably not. But he surely would not have robbed banks wearing green spandex. And what about Jonathan Crane? Dresses up in a spooky costume and is obsessed with fear. Or where could he possibly have gotten that from?
So what you're trying to say, Doctor, is that without me, this city would have been crime-free? Don't make me laugh. Crime is why I became the Batman in the first place. To stop it. And the city was full of it. You're new in town. Perhaps you don't know what Gotham was like back then. The corruption, the filth, the human misery.
Not crime-free, no, certainly not. And neither am I saying everyone in here were inspired by you. For instance, I'm pretty sure Victor Zsasz would be making his tally marks with or without you. But this city would not have been infested with these so-called supervillains. Oh sure, a few supervillains existed here before you, and other cities have supervillains. But since you debuted, Gotham has been completely overrun by them. A specific type of obsessive and psychotic supervillain. Do you really see no correlation there? The Joker, the Riddler, Two-Face, the Scarecrow, Poison Ivy, Black Mask, Calendar Man, Catwoman, the Mad Hatter, Firefly, Killer Moth, Polka Dot Man. Need I continue? Is that really a better alternative to the old corrupt Gotham? Isn't it worse? Do you know how many people died in supervillain-related incidents last year alone? 3,591. This is not the first time I'm in Gotham. I was here 5 years ago with my wife. We were here for a conference. We took the subway. When we got off, a man held us up with a gun, demanding our money. A man dressed in a costume. A ridiculous, bright red and yellow costume. It looked an awful lot like yours, except brighter colors, poorly made, and lacking the ears. He called himself the Signal Man. I guess he was very nervous. Perhaps this was his first caper. He was shaking. Dropped my wallet when I gave it to him. He looked as shocked as I did when his gun went off. His gun that was pointed at my wife.
I'm very sorry. And you know that I know exactly what you went through.
Yes.
But you can't blame it on me, Strange. If I had been there, I would have stopped that man. I would have saved your wife.
Don't you dare. You live in a childish fantasy world, Mr. Wayne. A world of swashbuckling heroes and mustache-twirling villains. You never grew up. Perhaps the death of your parents prevented it. I know what film you saw that night. Zorro. You probably admired Zorro, didn't you? Cheered him on. Wished you could be him. And when your parents were murdered right outside a theater, you swore you would. Black costume, black cape, black car, a cave. It's so obvious. But Zorro is a child's dream, Mr. Wayne. Don't you know that? Haven't you realized that? After all these years, It doesn't work in real life. You playing Zorro hasn't helped a bit. Hasn't made Gotham any better. It's only made things worse. The US government agrees. They've never liked what you've done to this city. They consider you a menace.
The government? So that's it, huh? You were sent here by the government. No wonder your name sounds so fake.
Someone had to restore order to Gotham. It was my idea. I presented it to them. And they liked it. Jumped at the chance.
And pull strings supplying you here. Does the mayor know?
Need to know only. Mayor Hill is incompetent, and Gordon is your pet. We couldn't let anyone in on our plans. They might have spoiled it, tipped you off. You have surprisingly many supporters. Perhaps some form of Stockholm Syndrome.
I've been betrayed by my own government. After all I've done.
Stop that nonsense, Mr. Wayne. If anything, you have betrayed them, and betrayed the people of Gotham. Just look around you. With Batman gone, we're already seeing progress. The city is finally free of the Joker. I am positive more of them will lose their will to continue as well, soon enough. Lose their interest in the game. Without Batman, what's the point?
And if that doesn't happen, what will happen if they do continue? And I'm here locked up, unable to stop them!
You really are delusional, Mr. Wayne, and suffering from a messiah complex. The city will be fine, Mr. Wayne. It will be better than ever once the adults take control again. You will see it for yourself one day. With my help, you will see the error of your ways. And then, once you are ready, you will be released from here. I will then proudly stand by your side and wave you off as you walk out into a sane, healthy Gotham. In the end, this entire sick era will barely even be remembered. It will be nothing but an insignificant footnote in Gotham's history.
You're the one living in a fantasy world, Strange. You really think everything will fix itself that easily?
Dr. Arkham was trying to cure the disease by treating the symptoms. But that isn't how you cure diseases, is it? You go for the cause of the disease, the root. If you do that and succeed, everything will be fine. You'll see, Mr. Wayne. You'll see that I'm right. And then you'll realize I wasn't such a bad guy after all. It's only natural to fight it at first, but I am positive you'll come around, eventually.
I wouldn't bet on it.
I'll be looking forward to our next session, Mr. Wayne. Goodbye. From the patient files of Dr. Jeremiah Arkham, director of Arkham Asylum.